like to thank the Bay Area Persian Music Ensemble and Faraz Minooei. Now we would like to open it up for some questions. And Faraz, I have a question.
I was trying to run away.
I'm wondering, well, I have so many questions, but I'm wondering what time period does most of this music come from? What century?
The one you just heard?
Yeah.
Well, each one comes from different periods. Mm-hmm. The first one was actually, if you have the brochures, information in the brochure, it's a late Ottoman piece that's just fascinating. It shares a lot with Persian music. And if you know, the Ottomans spoke Farsi in their, what do they call it? In whatever. The second one was actually composed by a Bay Area local musician. And what I should tell you, in parentheses, that's very hard, is it's very, very, very hard to produce local music nowadays from scratch. And we appreciate you for providing this space and professionality for us. The third piece was a Char Mizrab that was composed by Hushang Zarif. I would guess maybe 90 years, no, not 90, maybe probably 80 years ago, maybe. The Lezgi, the dance piece, which was the longest one, the melody is the Azeri melody. It's very short. We don't know when that melody comes from, but we try to make it more colorful in the ensemble. And the last one was composed by Hamid, on a poet by, forgot his name, Akhavan Sales. He composed the melody, and then we tried to arrange it for the ensemble.
Ah, beautiful, beautiful. I have to say, I was telling Faraz, I've been interested in hearing live Persian classical music for decades, and it's been difficult to find. So I'm just, thrilled that this is actually happening. But I have a really nerdy question to ask about modes and tunings and
good stuff.
So to our ears, it sounds very different. Like maybe there are quarter tones, there are smaller intervals than we're used to, and can you talk a little bit about how that works?
Yeah, maybe I will just. Your question, we need about 6 months to talk about, I guess, but maybe
give you 2.
In order not to bore the audience with my answers. Let me give you an example. Say, is your mic on? You have a mic on? پشت خرک؟ می به کارم داری؟ Okay. So I'm going to go on the stage maybe. به کار نداری؟ Okay. I was going to show it on the instrument, but I can't. So on the tar, so if you play, Behdad, if you could play, or if you could play the solfege I'm gonna sing, play do, do, sol, sol, and then la, la, sol, la, la, sol, fa, 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 mi bekar, re, do. So do, do, sol, sol. La, la, sol. Fa, fa, mi. Re, re, do. Okay? So you all know that melody. I was going to say that I just composed it, but I can't. So pay attention to the mi one more time. Okay? So play do, do. Sol, sol. La, la. Sol. Fa, fa. Mi. 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 Right? Now, this time we're going to change it. به جای می میخوام میکروم بزنی دیگه. So, do, do, sol, sol. La, la, sol. Fa, fa. Micoron. That's the note we love. And then can you do mi, mi, re, do? Right? So that's the note which is out of tune. No, it's not. It's very in tune to our ears. Of course, you got to know how to use your saffron. Right? So if you put it right in the middle of this like that, of course it's going to sound wrong. But if you know how to use it, we love it. It tastes very good. And we don't think of it as an extra note, but we think of it as an actual note inside a scale. Yeah. So with that, then we create 4 notes, dongs, tetrachords, and then we make scales, and then out of the scales we make daskas, and then it's a whole different world.
I'll email you about that later.
Looking forward.
Does anybody here have any questions? Yeah?
If you have a question from the band, I can just give the mic to a member.
Yes, great. I have a question for the vocalists. So how would you describe that you're mechanically making the sound that you're making?
They're like, maybe you should answer that. So, technically, how you create that sort of sound, is that what you're asking? Okay, so the many okay, so there's 2 things, maybe. The main one is that the kind of sound that we like, it's like South Spain. You know, the South Spain, there's a breath in the sound sometimes, not all of them, but, or it's not, like the opera singers, you know, I can't do it. In Iran, we sing a lot from chest and some other places, so there's a way of singing. But I think you're not talking about that. I think you're talking about the tahrir, which is the ha 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 ha, that kind of stuff. That it's like a anyhow, yeah. So they train themselves for this special thing that they do, tahrir. Could you do one? Yeah. So there are many, you know, I've read many theories, but I guess they keep pressing the vocal cords with attacks. And then, did I answer your question? I tried my best. We can talk after.
Anyone else have questions? Questions?
I might have a question for you guys.
I'm sorry, I forgot the name of it, but how does that flute work? It is fascinating. He said something about how the sound comes out the top earlier, but I want to know everything.
There's a lot to know. There's nothing inside. It's a hollow piece of reed. It was a live plant someday. The sound is made The Iranian way of playing this instrument is by placing the tip between the front teeth.
Oh,
And
okay.
that gives it a wider range of sounds. The bass sound is unique to that style of playing. And the sound comes out from this place where you've placed it between your front teeth. And then, but if you change the angle, you get another register, and then by adjusting the shape of the tongue, you can get yet another register, and even half another register after that. And what I'm doing when I'm playing the instrument is I'm doing this. The air is hitting this edge, and it's causing the column of air to vibrate, and that gives you the sound.
Okay, that definitely answers it for me, because I could see some of it from here, how you were playing it, but not the rest of it, like not like the inside of your mouth. So
I'm happy to show you close up afterwards. Good question.
You have one too?
My question is about the practicality of the instruments. Should you need repair or something replaced, is it like the most arduous process in the world? Are there creators based in the States that can do, I think about getting a clarinet reed when I used to play. It was easy to go to any music store. But what's the practicality of when you have to replace something or get something repaired?
It's very hard.
Yeah, I figured.
It's very hard. We get the instruments from Iran, and then, I don't want to go into details. And then if you want to repair it, for example, there is one person, Bozorgi, did I say the right name? Bozorgi in Los Angeles. Yes, so we have to drive to Los Angeles, and then he fixes stars. So if my instruments get into problem, I gotta go on the other side of the earth. So we learn, which is good, because we learn how to fix our own problems. But it's not something that you can go to a store and people work in their homes. So very hard.
I had just one more question myself here. Improvisation. I noticed in a few of the pieces, it seemed like there were really special little spots where people would sort of solo based on the melody, and how those things sort of are built into the piece. Is it composed into the piece, or is that something that you decide when you're rehearsing the piece?
Now, here's the thing. I believe, I've studied music, the definition of improvisation changes from culture to culture.
Yes.
So what we call improvisation might not be improvisation in jazz. I thought I play improv, and I joined the jazz. I couldn't play a thing. And so what we mainly do in our heads, the Persian musicians do, they'll learn these gushes, like Kamangis, why not? Do, re. So this is a composed melody called Kamangis, right? Do, re. And I'm solfeging too, so you know what notes I'm doing. Do, re, re, re. Re, do, si, do, re. Re, do, si, la, si, do, si, la, sol, la. Do, re, do, si, do, re, do, si, la, si, do, si, la, sol, la. Si do 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 si la si do do si la sol fa sol si do re do si re do si re do si re do si la sol la si do si la do si la do si la sol fa sol. I'm not a singer, okay? So I'm just saying. Now, we learned this, and then we're like, that was a nice painting. So you see, it's not like there, but brushes, as if mom. It's a lullaby, a mom is singing to the kid. So we learned this like brushes, and then we're like, what if I do that there? So it might sound like that, and then, but little changes. So that's what we think improvisation is, but not all of us think like that. There are masters who just create a melody like the original one. That we're like, oh, we should learn that, and then create something based on that.
I love that. That's like just one of the best descriptions of improvisation I think I've ever heard.
I'm happy. Yeah.
Thank you, Faraz.